Show choirs from across the state have performed here on the lead stage. Every kid wants to perform here, but where does that passion for performance start? I'm Brandon McMiller, and in this video, we embark a journey on the culture and community of show choir in Nebraska. The show choir community in Nebraska is vast and fierce. It's not just about the intense singing and dancing, it's about the camaraderie, dedication, and pursuit of excellence, and that is set in rehearsal by the leaders of the program. In the world of show choirs, the right director and choreographer paired with the right students can make all the difference. Pius X Show Choir Spectrum has soared to new heights under the guidance of their dedicated director Edgar Estrada and choreographer Braxton Carr. The group earned 3 grand championships this year with Best Vocals, Choreography, and Band. Estrada has completed his 2nd year as director. It didn't take long for him to gain the trust of the program.
I feel like once they saw how serious this is to me and how much I love this and how much I care about the shows that they're going to be presenting, they definitely were like, oh, like he kind of means business.
The program wouldn't be the same without the creative vision of choreographer Braxton Carr.
He has been a huge part of the success of this program. First, would say that he commands the room, and when he steps in front of Spectrum highly respects him, and that's one big quality that Braxton holds that I really admire. He is very meticulous about decisions that he personally makes.
6, shot, top, ta-da. Again, torso. Boom, to the front. Top.
I am such a perfectionist. I leave rehearsal 15 minutes down the road. I'm at home. I'm instantly watching the video and like critiquing and analyzing how do we make it better.
The group's success comes from a balance of both fun and high expectations.
We very much have our own culture when it comes to the rehearsal process. We always tell the kids, like, don't settle for mediocrity because you are meant for so much more.
They taught us to lead by example, and what I mean by that is like, you can say to be quiet, or like, you could say to, hey, focus up. You could say, be full out here. Or you can say it and do it.
What it like kind of rubs off on us, where they just like build off of each other so well, and then like we see that we're like, yes, we want to live up to that. They saw what we could be, and they trusted us enough to be able to push ourselves.
In just a short time, Pius Spectrum has been transformed because of the trust, dedication, and high expectations set by the director and choreographer. After many months of practicing and perfecting the show, it's the bustling time of competition season where the magic truly happens. Much of the culture of show choir can be understood after experiencing one competition day. On February 24th, Gretna High School spent 23 hours traveling, prepping, and performing at the Islander Invitational, their 4th competition of the season in Grand Island, Nebraska. Everyone started out a bit groggy as a 5:30 start from Gretna High School was first on their agenda. 2 buses loaded and then unloaded to the colorful atmosphere of decorations, trophies, and a plethora of sequin costumes.
So you can redo excellence over and over again every time we're on that stage.
Prep group performances are the priority as Gretna Assistant Director Dakota Matthew gets his group Evolution in the zone as they are one of the first to perform at 10 a.m.
You have to push the boundary.
Each group gets a 25-minute slot to warm up prior to the performance, 20 minutes to showcase their show for both the audiences and judges, and following a group critique with feedback from judges after the performance and before finals.
Because you feel it.
Gretna Revolution makes the final round. The judges score based on many factors to their show, such as tone, intonation, musicality, visual effectiveness, band balance, and more. Head director Caitlin Wallace goes over the recent critique notes and prepares them for their final performance.
All these small pieces of like what makes your heart excited. Even though my life before was tragic, now I know my love for him goes on and on and on.
Going into vinyls, I'm just thinking about some of the changes our critique judge gave us, like thinking about dynamics and all that stuff. But mostly I'm just thinking about like energy and like giving it my all this next performance because it's like the last one of the day and I'm just super excited.
Tension builds as it is near time to perform, as Director Wallace attempts to keep her performers laser focused in perfecting every detail.
One click and a really awkward silence. You perform and smile with the chest up. Anyway, do it again.
Really fun to see the progression over the last few years, especially with Miss Wallace coming to Gretna.
Here's what. Wait. Nice snap. Nice snap.
And on my heart, I promise I will see you through.
And with best vocals and grand champion, Gretna Revolution.
An exhausting day concludes with a grand champion finish for Gretna Revolution and a first place in the Prep Division finish for Gretna Evolution, proving that the hard work that these students are putting in pays off and deserves reward. I speak with Omaha South Director and Show Choir Judge Tyler Gruttemeyer on the responsibilities of a judge and his philosophy.
If I were to describe the responsibility of a judge at a contest, I think there's a couple things. I almost always say to parents, number one, I jokingly say, I hope I guess right, because in the end, numbers are arbitrary. Show choir is an art form that is both instrumental, it's both dance, it's both choral, it's both visual, it's all these aspects of it. Sometimes it's industrial tech related, how you're doing it. There's so many factors in how do we reward the students performing and not the adults in the room. Because in my professional opinion, when I am judging, I don't try and judge what a director has chosen to do with the kids, because the kids don't have a choice in that. What I do judge is what the children are actually doing on stage. For example, our girls have long skirts this year. I've seen groups that have like a wing of some way, shape, or form. If they're using that, well, whether I like the color or not, that's not what we should be judging on. It should be how are the students using said fabric. We talk about stylistically appropriate tone and diction quite often as well, because that's what the kids are able to do. Have they been taught that? Yes or no? Sometimes that can still reflect on the director or not, and the education back behind them. But are we putting a shadow valve behind everything because we think that's going to score well, or are we actually understanding the space that we're in and applying that? Some ballots, for example, really rely heavily on show design, and I have personal issues with it. I will judge it if the case, but I almost always ask it nowadays because show design students have no control over. Show design is all the directors, and so if there's 40 points for show design on a ballot, and that's ended, the reason that group won is because the director, I don't know if that's actually the group that should be winning in that situation, but that, again, that's an opinion, not a fact. I think show design has a huge effect on it and should be considered, but I think it's how the students execute it, not in the design itself.
Smaller show choir programs in Nebraska have a completely different experience in their counterparts. Fewer resources and fewer students. Despite these challenges, their passion for performing and their willingness to try everything with excitement makes show choir worth it. This is the Aquinas Catholic Show Choir at Forte, warming up for their performance at the Northeast Festival in Norfolk, Nebraska. Schools in rural areas have to travel further to competitions. Aquinas has a smaller number of performers, and sometimes there just aren't enough performers who can attend competitions. This group is used to tackling adversity with grace. Aquinas director Shelby Shoneman says that resourcefulness and teamwork are required skills for smaller choirs.
And so we kind of have to be creative sometimes in the aspect of like my mom had to help me with a sewing project this year. I couldn't hire someone to do it. I do choreograph our own show instead of having someone choreograph it. Sometimes the kids will actually help choreograph things, not necessarily this year, but like last year. They helped choreograph. So just kind of being resourceful about who can we use and where are their talents and who might have the heart to help out where.
Despite these challenges, Shelby says it is worth it.
My favorite part about directing the group is the kids. The kids are the reason that I do it. Watching them grow as musicians and grow as people is by far the most rewarding part.
No matter the program you come from, show choir has a lasting impact on the students. The university has a place for show choir students where they can continue their love for performing and give back to the community.
I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. And I want it now.
Big Red Singers is one of the most recognized and successful collegiate show choirs in the country. After 21 years of existence, the University of Nebraska-Lincoln's ensemble is comprised of highly skilled musicians and performers from across UNL's campus. The group serves as a way for past show choir students to continue their passion for performing and create a sense of community on campus.
Being in something like BRS and having an extracurricular like this really allowed me to have an escape on campus. So having groups like this in college is really awesome for people like me who aren't choosing to do it for a career, but is still a really big part of who I am.
Most competitive high school show choirs learn one show in their season. This collegiate group learns 2 complete shows with intense vocals and choreography, showcasing them to a variety of audiences throughout the year.
I feel like especially these years coming out of the pandemic, we've been doing a lot of outreach events too. So going out to high schools, whether that's in Iowa, we did a couple in Tennessee as well, and then just around the Omaha-Lincoln area.
The group rehearses twice a week after classes on Sundays and Tuesday evenings. Led by their student leadership and graduate teaching assistant Jamie O'Neill, each play a role in running rehearsal and preparing the group for the next performance.
I have just really come out of my shell, especially this year, getting to be dance captain and getting to be a part of like the important decisions and getting to lead rehearsals. I just have really found my voice.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Kind of owe it to show choir for building a lot of my character and who I am now, and it's just something I'd like to continue, and it's something that means a lot to me.
Big Red Singers is an opportunity for UNL students to have a safe space that fosters creativity, builds character, and allows students to continue with show choir after high school. I asked my sources about how Nebraska Show Choir has affected them and why they think it is so special.
I just genuinely don't think I would be the same person I am today if it wasn't for show choir. If I never heard of show choir, if I never decided to audition when I was like 11 years old. Not only did it give me like all of the friends I've ever had in my life, but it just like gave me this sort of confidence and creative outlet and allowed me to express my love for music in a way that I probably couldn't have found anywhere else.
Oh, I just love show choir. The community is just like, everybody's cheering each other on. Even if like you notice that someone's shoe is missing or the prop, you're still cheering them on.
As dads, backstage, we make friends with a lot of the other dads from the other schools, and that's fun.
Nebraska provided this like hub and bubble to just really get good at the craft, and there's so many groundbreaking directors coming out of Nebraska right now, and I just feel like show choir is a different approach to music that you can't get in strict choral ensembles. And so we're kind of attacking music and performance in a really new way, which is really inspiring to see.
There's a storyline, there's a through line, there's artistry, you're seeing lights involved. You see a show about Napoleon Dynamite that makes you laugh. You see a show from Gretna High School that makes you sob and realize how beautiful life is. You're seeing this eclecticness. And I will also say that is something beautiful about Nebraska Show Choir right now, is that we are more of a mosaic of show choir in the Midwest. We are aspects of musical theater, we're aspects of stage productions, we're aspects of five-song roulette, we're aspects of being culturally relevant. We're all these different things, and yet we're able to get along. I think that's what makes our state so unique.
The show choir communities in Nebraska continue to uplift, inspire, and instill core values into our youth, creating some of the greatest performers and people. One day, you might see one cross this stage. For Nebraska News Service, I'm Brandon McMiller.